So in Miami, very, very busy with a lot of sports, and you have a lot of amateurs that are heading to the park and they think that they can operate in their prime, and sometimes injuries happen, whether it be because of physical limitations or because of heat emergencies. You have to be prepared. So if you're in a situation where you have you sprain an ankle or you overextend an item, the biggest thing that you need to understand is that you want to compress it with ice as soon as possible to reduce the swelling. All right, so if you have a strain, you take a bag of ice, you put it over the affected area, apply a little bit of pressure, and if possible, lift the affected area so that the gravity can be your friend and a lot of blood doesn't pool necessarily to that area. Heat stroke is something that if you're going to live in South Florida, you're definitely going to be a part of your life. Now, here's the problem with heat stroke and heat emergencies, is that you don't really know what is happening until it's already too late. So when you have a heat emergency, your body is going to tell you because you're going to become thirsty. All right, becoming thirsty is very, very important for you to quench that thirst, because the more time goes by, the more dehydrated you are becoming. So what are the key factors for knowing that you're dehydrated? First of all, your body physically has to tell you, hey, we need to go get a glass of water. Another thing is that when you go to the bathroom, you'll see the different colors of your urine. If your urine is clear, obviously you're very hydrated. As the yellow color starts to take effect, you realize that you're getting more and more and more dehydrated until you can get actually into a color of orange with the urine that would obviously lend to a very advanced staging in your dehydration. So it's really, really important to take 3 to 4 glasses of water in the morning, have some more water at lunchtime, and then do the whole thing over again in the afternoon. Now, hydration doesn't start the day before you're going to go and run that football game or marathon. You have to start hydrating way, way, way in advance of whatever event that you're going to do so that your body can be ready to go and you operate at a high level. Severe bleeding is one that you can find on the sidelines. The biggest thing with any type of bleeding is you want to identify some way of protecting yourself from the other person's blood. So having gloves or eye protection or a mask or any of those factors is very, very important. Taking a piece of gauze, applying direct pressure to the item, elevating the extremity. Imagine if you have a hole here in my arm and I dangle it down. Well, that blood is going to pull down and gravity is going to create more blood to go out whatever the injury is. But if I raise the arm and the blood pulls back into my trunk, that's obviously going to help me stopping the bleeding. Okay, and then we have other more advanced ways of checking the bleeding by tourniquets and gauze presses and all types of different components of that. And then obviously concussions is one that happens a lot on the practice field, on the football field, cross, etc. Anytime that two heads come smashing, or maybe you bumped into something or what have you, you want to always make sure that the patient or the person that you're examining hasn't been throwing up, doesn't have a lot of dizziness, maybe is feeling a little woozy or sleepy. These are all opportunities that you can have that'll be signs of concussions. And more importantly, anytime that you are on your own and you need help, the most important thing that you can always remember is calling 911 and having professional paramedics coming to your location and ensuring that the person is clear to either go to the hospital with them or get at least a medical evaluation.